Yo, what is going on, boys, and welcome back to the channel once again today, where we are going to be having a look at this Mega Knight deck that I've cooked up. And this deck is so strong. It's one of the main decks that I've been using this season so far to climb. And you know, I'm not normally a big Mega Knight fan, but this deck just works. I think the Mega Knight's normally quite bad, to be honest, but there's just something about this deck to just get me, boys. And this guy's going to go for a really aggressive pump at the back, and so we're going to have to just go in here and see if we can get this balloon on tower. Now, that's not an ideal card for us to see in this situation, and that's also not an ideal card for us to see in this situation. But nonetheless, boys, we're out for it today. And as you'll see, a lot of my cards this deck are level 14. And we're going to be playing against some of these level 15 cards. This guy doesn't seem to have many really. But we're going to be playing against, I'm sure we'll see some. But, you know, we're going to be playing against the level 15 Dagger Duchess here, which is going to be a bit difficult. But we're going to show that you don't need these overpowered cards. You don't need your Dagger Duchess, boys, to win these games. And we also, one thing you will notice is that, you know, we're kind of lacking spells. We only run the arrows in here. And arrows is obviously a very strong spell at the minute, but it's going to make our life a little bit difficult because, you know, we have nothing to take out this pump. And honestly, I don't think we could have had a worse matchup here if we tried, and that's going to be a really bad combo for me. I really should have got the bats going a little bit further back. I really want them behind the Valkyrie, but it didn't work out that way, unfortunately, so we just have to deal with what we deal with, boys. So let's go for our Tesla here, and I want to get the Tesla on top of the Inferno Dragon or the Electro Dragon. It's not going to quite happen. We do manage to get the what's it called, yeah, I'm just blanking. We did manage to get the arrows down to take that out, and it didn't do too much to us. Now, our Evo Bats should be able to clean up here, I hope. If we can keep this tower alive, that would be more than ideal, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to. I'm actually going to go for the Skeleton Army here as well. Come on, just keep it up with like a little bit of health. That would be nice. Okay, and now if he wants to in the later game, he's going to have to make a big commitment of a little bit of like elixir just to get that down, whereas now we can have that a bit of an advantage over him. So we do have a bit of a weird deck on our hands here, and you know, I think we can come for the win in this one, boys. We're actually going to go for the Mega Knight here. Just get that push going, keep that Firecracker nice and safe, keep it comfortable there in front. And oh, that's going to be quite a bad play, I think. We're going to shut that down immediately. That's a really bad play. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why my Mega Knight was hesitating so much. Let me go for my arrows here to get this Skeleton Dragons down a little bit quicker, and we're actually going to get hopefully one balloon hit off. Not quite get that balloon hit off, but what we can do now is we're going to go for the Valkyrie up high just to distract. Better to distract it than to fall to it, I guess. Okay, now let's go for the Tesla here in the center. That'll take out the Bomber and hopefully take out the E-Dragon once it's done. Really nicely. I'm actually going to go for a Mega Knight in the pocket here, and I know this might seem a bit outrageous, but it's going to apply a lot of pressure. He's going to have to defend it. He won't know what to do against it, and actually he's going to put a pretty nice defense. So let me go for the bats here, just keep that alive. And is this little bit of health that we were striving for at the start going to save us? I think it is, boys. Let's go up straight into game number 2. And yes, guys, we are back after a really nice win against that Goblin player, and I think that was the epitome of every bit of damage matters. You know, I was kind of worried, I was like, am I overcommitting too much in defense here? Should I just let the tower go? But it worked out really nicely for us. So I am more than happy with how that went. Now, I'm just going to go for my arrows here as well. I have nothing else really to do right now, and there's no point sitting wasting elixir whenever he's a bomber that can be perfectly well taken down. Now, let's go for the Valkyrie here, and I'm not sure what to do, boys. Do we keep the balloon in the back pocket for late, or do we go in for it? Sometimes I think with this deck, you know, one of the best ways of playing it is just keep that balloon in your back pocket. Don't let them know you have it, and then in the late game you can pull it out and you can really do some damage. Now, this has been a bit of a big overcommitment here, I can't lie. I'm not really sure what he's doing with this, and we didn't get our bats down in time. And we're going to go for the Mega Knight here, and I would love to go for the arrows here ASAP. That would be quite nice. Yeah, we'll go for the arrows right about now. Take down that little prince, take down that egg, and we're going to clean that all up. Now, there probably was a better ways I could have played that. The void really done me in there, kind of, but I'm assuming he's gone in for this in 0. I can't imagine he has a zap or anything in hand. If he does, that will definitely be GG's. But luckily enough, he doesn't. He only had his bomber out, but it's going to be too little too late. It's not going to do enough, and it will hit one hit on our tower. Just because we have the Princess Tower, you know, we're not quite fortunate enough to have that level 15 Dagger Duchess, but nonetheless, our Princess Tower is going to finish it off, and you know, we're going to show why we don't need these cards, boys. So let's just play cautiously for now. As far as I know, his only defense so far was going to be, for air defense, was the Little Prince. Now, I'm not 100% sure on that. I could just be tripping, but I'm pretty sure it was only the Little Prince. But nonetheless, let's go for our Valkyrie here in the back, and we have our Mega Knight in hand if we need to go for it. You know, we are playing against a giant, I'm assuming giant graveyard player here, so you know, it is a too high, it might be a bit too high skill for us to really comprehend here, boys, but for nonetheless, we're going to go in for it now, and he's going to have his Little Prince coming at us. Now, I'm going to go for the Mega Knight in the back here and really just push into this Little Prince, and I don't think he's going to see the the balloon coming, and whenever it does come out, it's going to be a pretty good one. Now, I'm assuming he's going to go for his thing here, his graveyard, unless he just doesn't have graveyard, which he very well might not have it. And let's go for our Valk here up high. Valk should clear everything up nice and easily, and then we're going to go for the Evo Bats here just to get rid of this Phoenix, and they get them a little bit of health. And I think on this next health, this next shot, we're going to have to go in for our balloon. Now, we are going to start to struggle. He's going to go for a giant in the back, which might cause us a little bit of an issue. Hopefully not too much, but I'm expecting this to kind of do a little bit of damage to us here. And let's go in for our Firecracker. Now, Firecracker can hopefully clean this up a little bit easier. And let's go for our arrows here. Just get some damage in onto that little Prince. We'll go for the Tesla in the center. Hopefully Tesla can take out this giant real quick. He's probably going to go for the Void. If he doesn't, I think that's a really, really big fumble from him. I'm going to go for my bats over here on the left. I'm going to go for the Mega Knight. Mega Knight should hopefully take all that down. No problems about it. And then I'm actually going to push in up the... Okay, let's go for the Skeleton Army. The left side has got its damage done, or its shots taken away from the balloon, and now we can go in for our... Or I got shots taken away from the Mega Knight. We can go in for a balloon. He's going to go in for the Void, which will save him so much. But let's go in the opposite side for our Valk plus Bats, and we might be able to get a good bit of damage off here. I'm really, really hoping, because the Valk will tank. Bats should get through, and this guy's just kind of got the spells to crutch up in his back pocket, and that's going to be a bit of an issue for us. Now, let's go for the Skeletons in front here. We know he doesn't have his arrows in hand, so we can push in, be a bit aggressive here, and he's going to have his Void back, so the Void will take care of our balloon pretty easily, which is quite unfortunate, but nonetheless, boys, we're going to keep pushing. Now, this guy's spells are going to be a bit of an issue for us, and we really need to figure out a way to work around the spells, because they are not going to be treating us very nicely as this game goes on. Now, let's go for our Valk here. I'm going to go for the Evo Bats here early. I want to get the Evo, try to get his arrows out of the way, and then we can go in for our Skeleton Army here. And will that keep that alive? I think it might. Well, it will keep fighting for a little while. Now, let's go for a Tesla here in the center. We need to get rid of this giant as soon as we possibly can. Now, he doesn't have his Void, so will he have defense for this for the balloon? I'm not sure. We might be able to get away with it, boys. Now, hopefully the balloon can break through. That would be so nice if it could. He's going to go in for his what's it called, his arrows, so we can push in and get... Now that he doesn't have the arrows, we can go for our small cards, keep everything alive, and let's go for the balloon here, keep the pressure high. I think he did go for his Void there not long ago, and he's gone for his arrows as well, so we have our option to go in for our Skeleton Army on defense, which will keep us alive a bit longer. Let's go for the Tesla here in the center. We'll go for the Valkyrie on top of the bomber, and can we keep this up? I think we can. No, we just need to get around to our... Come on, no. Oh, it's a good game, boys, but we did just lose it there at the end. We let that giant break through. It was a little close, but let's have straight into the third and final game. And yes, guys, we are back for the third and final game against Sir Cabbage. And as you've seen that last game, we had some problems there, and you can see, I feel like that last game we highlighted the problems with this deck. And this, what is this? Okay, anyways, is he going to be playing Goblin Machine? He is, isn't he? Oh, this is going to be a fun game, isn't it? But anyways, boys, I feel like that last game really highlighted some of the problems of this deck. We have no kind of direct damage dealer, if you know what I'm saying. Like, we have no P.E.K.K.A, Mini P.E.K.K.A, Prince, and I think that's one thing that this deck does lack. And, I always like to point out the ups, the downs, and the in-betweens of every deck. And this deck definitely has a good few downs, but it does make up for it. We did see towards the end of that last game, we were really starting to get an advantage over him, pull away with a bit of damage with the spell cycles. If I had just been a bit more proactive with that giant at the very end, we would have pulled away with that win. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite make it happen in that last game, but hopefully coming into this game we can do something a little bit better and really get something going. Now, this is going to be a bit annoying. We are playing against, I'm sure we all know this deck. This guy's got the level 15 Goblin. That's absolutely insane. I'm sorry, but it's literally out how long? Like a few days, which is kind of crazy that this guy has it already. But I mean, if you want to spend your money, the things people spend their money on, boys, we can't hate on it. Sir Cabbage is a grinder. He loves a bit of Clash Royale. But anyway, so we're in a bit of a difficult situation here. This is going to be quite difficult to break through. He has so many 1 elixir cards. I'm assuming, and I'm surprised he doesn't have the what's it called? I'm really surprised he doesn't have the... What's the collector in here? That's what I'm looking for. I don't know why I was struggling so much there, but oh wait, that's a really bad Skeleton Army, isn't it? That's going to get absolutely demolished. That's not ideal, is it? Not ideal at all. Now let's go for the Valk here. The Valk needs to get down right now, clean this up, please. And it makes the Goblin retarget, thankfully. Now that the the mirror goblin spell, whatever, I don't know what the actual name of that goblin spell is going to be an issue. His goblin, the actual goblin spell is really low leveled, if you guys have seen, but the his mirror one is obviously going to be up that level 16, so that's going to be a big issue for us. So something we definitely need to watch out for as we get into this game a little bit more. Now let's go for a Mega Knight here. I'm assuming. Oh, I thought he was going to go in for his mirror, but he didn't quite do it. Now let's go for the balloon plus the bats over here. We might be able to get something good going over this side. He's probably going to go for the mirror. No, he's not. Okay. But what he is going to do is get our... He's going to turn us to goblins, boys, and we're going to struggle against that a little bit. Now, let's go for our Valkyrie here up high. We're not going to go... I was actually going to go for my Skeleton Army, so thankfully I didn't, because that would have caused us some issues. Now, let's go for our Skeleton Army on top of it now. And where did they all go? Okay, am I tripping? Like, what happened there? Okay, this is going to do a lot of damage to us, and not ideal at all. Oh my, and this card's been an emergency nerf, boys. Like, I don't know what's going on here. It's just an insane card. There's nothing more to say about it, unfortunately. It is what it is, and he's going to shut us down really, really well with the... Wait, no, can we break through here? We're going to break through against this card, boys. No, we're not. The Evo's going to save him, is it? We get one shot off. Okay, we can definitely pull this back. Let's go for our Valkyrie here, and then we can go for... We just need the arrow cycle, I think, but this is a lot easier said than done, I think. Okay, he's going to mess up with the spells there. He's going to miss. We're going to hopefully break through on this one. Let me go for the arrows. I think we only need a spell cycle here, but I'm not sure. I think we might need to go 3 times, which will cause us a bit of issue. Okay, let's go for the Mega Knight here. On top of this, this is really, really becoming difficult for us, unfortunately. Let's go for the Firecracker here in the center, and then what we will do is go for our Tesla up high as well. Start getting that damage in while he's still distracted by the Mega Knight. It's going to be the easiest way of doing this. And then we were going to go for the Valk, and if I can get round to another arrows here, that would be very, very nice. Let's go for arrows again, and I think we need to go round one more time, which is a little bit annoying. That's going to be such an annoying thing for us. Oh no, that Electro Spear could cost us. If that E-Spear costs us this game, I am kicking off, boys. We're not going to be happy, but we get our Skeleton Army down, and we're going to get round to this the arrows one more time, and I think this just showed off how overpowered that new Goblin card is, and that's it being nerfed to Madge was like beforehand. And yes, guys, this is a deck that we did run for today's video. Now, the deck is so strong. I think you really seen some of the power, some of the ups, some of the downs. I think we had a really well-rounded guide in this. You know, we have our tank, we have our mini tank, we have so much damage dealers. The one thing this deck is, though, it has a really, really tough weakness to arrows. Obviously, having 3 things that can die to it, and 2 of which being our Evos. So that does kind of bring the deck down. But there is lots of ups, lots of downs. But I mean, the same with every deck. So if you do decide to give this deck a try, do let me know. And anyways, boys, if you did enjoy today's video, do be sure to hit that like and hit that subscribe button. And I will see you all tomorrow for a brand new video. And peace out.